Welcome back, everyone. Tonight, a look inside the personal cost of cancer, not just for the victims, but for the friends and family who support and surround them.
5-year-old Kendrick Little was diagnosed with a brain tumor in his brainstem about 4 months ago, and for this type of cancer, there is no cure.
And Katie Crosby's been visiting with the family for the past month now, and Katie, so much for a little boy and his family to be dealing with.
It is, Doug, and this particular type of brain tumor is so rare. Only about 300 children in the country are diagnosed with it each year. But Kendrick's parents, Alan and Alicia, refuse to give up hope through their journey of life lessons and love.
If you've ever wondered what love feels like, just spend some time with the Little family, which is anything but little. There's 9-year-old Christopher, quiet and reflective.
He's kind of like a little engineer. I can picture like the wheels turning in his head.
7-year-old Nathaniel.
He's in your face, he's loud, he's funny, he's really outgoing and real competitive.
6-year-old Benjamin.
Always cutting up, giggling. If he'll play a trick on you all day long, he's playing tricks on people.
5-year-old Kendrick.
Kendrick, he's always been the baby. We always call him the baby boy because after him, of course, there's 2 babies. And so, but we're like, you're the boy baby.
2-year-old Cheyenne, who has cerebral palsy.
Cheyenne is all smiles.
And 1-year-old Ruthie.
And then Ruth is our last. And she is I always tell people she's a mess. She's just a mess.
Just another happy family. Until their biggest challenge arrived shortly before Thanksgiving.
Kendrick started just walking funny. He's normally an active little guy. He would be running and jumping and playing. Well, then all of a sudden he just started walking like he was dizzy a little bit.
First, Kendrick began to vomit, and then 2 days after Thanksgiving, the left side of his face became paralyzed.
And my wife said, Kendrick, give me a kiss. And Kendrick couldn't pucker up his lips and give Alicia a kiss. And then that's when I got scared and I said, Alicia, I'm taking him to the emergency room now.
Doctors soon told Alan the news that no parent ever wants to hear, and Alan mustered up the courage to tell Alicia.
And I had to do something that nobody should ever have to do.
When Alan called and said, and he's a big joker. He plays jokes all the time, and so
I picked up the phone and I called my wife and I said, Alicia, my boy has a brain mass.
it was like I knew that he wasn't joking, but I kept screaming at him into the phone that he had better be joking. It better not be real.
And one phone call changed this family forever. Kendrick and his parents were immediately flown to Cook Children's Medical Center, where the next diagnosis got about as bad as it can get.
I wake up and I think that this isn't really happening.
And he actually showed us the spot on the MRI, and our hearts just sank.
I have the unfortunate case of having to tell Kendrick's parents and parents like Kendrick's folks that their child has a devastating brain tumor, one that is statistically speaking by the books incurable. You never say never. There's always hope that a child will beat the odds, but for this particular type of tumor, we tell most families that the child will likely pass away within 12 to 18 months after they're diagnosed.
It's just like somebody takes your heart and just rips it right out of your chest. And that's the hardest part for me, because I need these people to be here. This is like what I do. This is my job, is to be their mom.
The Littles waited as Kendrick underwent a 15-hour surgery which removed 50% of the tumor. Then he went through a month of radiation to try to buy more time.
And a kiss from Mom.
First, when we see children for radiation, I think the thing that they're most scared about is whether it's going to hurt.
But Kendrick was brave, wearing a tight mask to keep his head perfectly still. And as doctors targeted high-energy x-rays at the cancerous cells, he found that it didn't hurt.
I love you, buddy. You're doing really, really awesome, man.
And what we can do in medicine and we can do as fellow human beings is try to make a child's illness and make their journey as soft and as peaceful and as calm as possible in the time that they have left.
Time, precious and priceless for all the people who love these children.
Once you have a number of days, then there's not that many anymore.
All finished, big guy.
And really, when I'm in the grocery store, I see moms that are like how I used to be. You know, like, hurry up, let's go, we gotta get home, we gotta get home, we gotta get home.
Alicia says her message to other parents is to slow down and live for the moment.
Just stop and stare at your kids. Just look at them, because they're gonna be gone before you know it. Maybe a lot sooner than you know it.
I love you with all of my heart.
We've come to find out what miracles are, you know. The miracles may not be the tumor taken away. The miracle is what we're doing today. My little boy's in the backyard playing with his brothers with a brain tumor in his head.
So Alan and Alicia, Christopher, Nathaniel, Benjamin, Kendrick, Cheyenne, and Ruthie are cherishing not just the minutes they have together, but every second.
Stop and think about how much time you really have with your kids. And even if your kid doesn't get sick, you still only have a limited amount of time to teach them to love.
As Dr. Murray said, the prognosis for this kind of brain tumor is not good. Doctors have given Kendrick 8 to 14 months. But the Littles aren't giving up hope. They just returned from an expense-paid trip to Disney World, courtesy of a nonprofit called A Wish with Wings. They say all of their kids had a wonderful time.
Boy, you want to cherish every moment.
Yes,
all right,
exactly.
Katie, thank you.
You know, when